how are you adjusting your strategy in the market now? As you mentioned, prices have maybe doubled or tripled in the
Yeah.
areas that you were buying, and it sounds like it'd become much harder to not be over leveraged if you're
Yeah.
using a bunch of debt and you have a lot of debt service. Are you exploring equity partnerships now? Are you looking more so at just buying deals in cash out of your own pocket or with a higher down payment? How are you
Yeah.
adjusting how you're looking at purchases?
Yeah, I think I'm still hoping to. So every time I've bought a deal, I thought I'm never gonna get another deal again. That was always my fear. Every time I found another deal, I have that fear right now. As in, like, I haven't bought anything in 8 months, and I'm kinda like, nothing pencils, right? Nothing makes sense, everything is overpriced, and so but I feel, with that said, I'll tell you this, like, the last 2 years, the market has been kinda tough, right? My best deal came a year ago, or a year and a few months. My best deal was, a year, and, like, 3 months, we closed on a property, a 24 unit that we bought at $100,000 a door, that when we purchased it, the rent roll was about $25,000 a month, so somewhere in that ballpark. Today, we have it, like, north of 39,000
Wow.
without having to do any heavy lifts, right? So we basically so if you do the math, right, it brings in, 39 and change, like, I think it's at 39, whatever, like, we'll just round it up to 40, right? And the monthly debt service is 11. The If you add up all the, like, maintenance and taxes and insurance and all this kind of stuff, basically, it's another, like, 12, 11, $12,000. So we're all in for about 22. So add some buffer, right? So just say $25,000 to operate the building. You bring in 39, you're getting, and let's just say you're getting $12,000 cash flow. So if you're getting $12,000 cash flow, that's $144,000 a year on an investment of $600,000 down, which is basically 144 divided by 600 is like, what, 25%, right? So it's roughly like 25%, which is insane, right? 25 1 year into it.
Sure.
And that's not counting, like, appreciation or equity pay down or tax benefits, right? That kind of stuff, right? So so that's probably our best deal, right? So that's our best deal also because it's a pretty nice property. Um, and so the point is that, like, a broker called me, like, it was just a good deal, and I knew that I wanted it. I already tried to buy it before directly from the owners. And so the point is that, like, deals happen, right? And so so just as long as you cast a net wide enough, right, eventually there's an opportunity, right? So for that deal, I'd have no problem, having debt partners, and because I know that the numbers support it. But right now, my strategy is try like, you have to be creative, and you have to think outside the box, obviously, right? And so right now I'm trying to learn about commercial. I'm trying to focus on, like, I've defined what I want the outcome to be like, which is basically, like, let's say I want to add $50,000 of cash flow in the next 2 years. And so based on that, I'm kind of building up that funnel of what kind of assets I need to buy at what prices, what is the monthly cash flow, what's the monthly rent roll versus the purchase price, right? So for example, very roughly, like, if I want north of $10,000 cash flow, I probably need a building where I buy it for, like, $4 million, and it brings in, like, $60,000 a month. Well, obviously, like, there's no way that's gonna happen, buying something for $4 million and it's gonna bring in $60,000 a month, unless you find some miraculous opportunity where it's not gonna be with Marcus Millichap, right? It's not gonna be with a major broker. Yeah, it has to be just something that, right, somehow, right? Or you have, like, extra risk that you're willing to tolerate, right? Or extra risk that you can de-risk or something, right? So I'm exploring different strategies. Like, I'm exploring commercial. Like, I've been kind of dabbling in the commercial space with a bunch of different folks and other groups, and trying to understand that space, which I think there's a lot of interesting upside in that world, from the standpoint of, easier tenants, more predictable cash flow, those kinds of things. But also, it's expensive. Maybe the yield is not as high, right? But some people, if you can figure out that game, and if you can have some kind of an angle, you can probably do very, very well.